Good afternoon. How are you? I'm hoping you have a good day. All right. Well, I'm back with something that I've discussed before, actually in 4 other videos, and that is happiness. But I thought it's a good time to discuss it again since I haven't done it in a while. Okay? All right. Genuine happiness. Where does it come from? It says genuine happiness comes from within. It says life isn't the sweetest candy. Sometimes when we feel like the world is just too heavy, we look around and we find people who are continue living fascinating and wonderful lives. And then we think to ourselves, like, how did their life become so adorably sweet? And how come they still can manage to laugh and play around despite all of the busy, stressful life that they're living? But it says, when we pause and observe for a minute, maybe we're starting to see that maybe they started at a place called self, right? Okay. So how does one become genuinely happy? It says the step 1 is to love yourself. Okay. It says a theology professor once said that loving means accepting. To love oneself means to accept that you are not a perfect being, but behind the imperfections must lie a great ounce of courage to be able to discover on how to improve ourselves and to recover from our mistakes. So we look at ourselves, right? We're not perfect, but we do have courage because we're always trying to improve, right? And no matter what mistakes we make, we keep moving forward. And that takes courage. Yes. It says genuine happiness also pertains to contentment. It says when you're contented with your work, the way you look, with your family, with your friends, the place where you live, it says your car, all the things that you have, it says you know that you are genuinely happy, right? But it says so it can start with something small inside of you. It says, and that small start eventually gets to something else and to something else that can make you happy. But it starts in here with something small. To be content, and then it grows, right? But it says, if you keep questioning life like it has never done you any good, it says you will never be able to find true happiness. So we have to be grateful for where we are and what we do have, right? If we're always saying, oh man, things always happen to me, all these other people, they're okay and I'm not doing okay, no, then we're never going to find happiness because we're too busy complaining, looking in the wrong place, not looking at ourselves, right? It says we can believe that life is about finding out about right and wrong, trying and failing, winning and losing. These are things that happen as often as you inhale and exhale. We win some, we lose some, right? It says even failure in a person's life has become as abundant and necessary as air. Okay, but this should not hinder us from becoming happy, and we really shouldn't, even though we fail many times. I've failed many times, right? But you got to acknowledge it, then you got to get up and you got to do it again, right? Yes. So it says how to be genuinely happy in spite of all these, every time you put forth the effort to improve the quality of your life and your being. It says whether it's cleaning up your room, helping a friend, taking care of a sick dog, failing board exams, and trying again and again. But you know, it says life gives you points for that. Never looked at it that way. Maybe you haven't either. All those things that you go through, life gives you points. It says imagine life as being a big scoreboard like those which are used in the NFLs. It says every time you take a step forward, you make score points. Wouldn't it be nice to look at that board at the end of each game and think to yourself, whew, I got that point today. I'm glad that I gave it a shot. So what if you do that with life, right? You try something and, ooh, you did it. You're glad you tried, right? But it says instead, what if you would look at all the blank scores you didn't score? And it says, and so you murmur, geez, I didn't even get a hit score today. I wish I had the guts to try out. We could have won. That's regret, right? That's not making you happy, no, because you didn't even try. So your scoreboard is empty. So life says, well, maybe I have to give you some more things to try out, right? Some more things that aren't making you happy. So maybe you get to learn to appreciate when you are happy, when you are scoring, right? It says genuine happiness isn't about driving the hottest Formula One car, nor getting the Employee of the Year award and earning the highest pay, it says, or beating the sales quota. It says sometimes the most sought after prize in life, it doesn't always go to the fastest, the strongest, or even to the best one in life. That's because everyone has their own definition of happiness. And we've talked about that before too. And it says happiness for a writer may mean launching a best-selling book. And happiness for a basketball rookie may mean getting the Rookie of the Year award. It says happiness for a beggar may mean a lot of money. It says happiness for a business may mean success. So really then, how do we become genuinely happy? It says it's simple. You don't have to have the best things in this world. It's about doing and making the best out of every single thing and getting those score points from life, right? It says when you find yourself smiling at your own mistakes and telling yourself, oh, I'll do better next time, you carry with you a flame of strong willpower to persevere that may spread out like a bushfire. It says you possess the willingness to stand up again and try again and again. It says, and that will make you genuinely happy because you have that courage to look inside you and say, I'm going to do it again, right? Not like the other one, blank on the scoreboard. And you wish you would have tried, but you didn't, and there's nothing there. It says, when you learn to accept yourself and your own faults, and as long as you know how to accept others, you will also be accepted. And for as long as you have love and you know how to love, you will receive love tenfold back. It says, so if we ask again, how do we become genuinely happy? I'll give you this quote. It says, most of us know that laughter is the best medicine of life's aches and pains. But most of us don't know that the best kind of laughter is laughter over self. It says, because then you don't just become happy, you become free. So you ever laughed at yourself? I have. Even my children would laugh at me, right? And I learned to laugh at myself. But just think, you're not just happy, but you're also free. Because you're being you, right? You've learned to accept yourself with all your mistakes, with all your faults. You've learned to be content and grateful. And that makes you genuinely happy. Okay? So I thought that was a good way of looking at happiness. If you get a chance, you can go to my YouTube channel and look at those other videos that I have dealing with happiness. It always brings out something else, another point that we can learn from. Okay? All right, so I hope you have a happy rest of the day. Okay? And then I'll be back Wednesday with something new, something good to share, so I hope. Okay? All right, well, you take care, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching again. I always do appreciate that. Okay? All righty. You take care. Bye.